Have you ever been in a situation where you know exactly what to say in English, but the moment you open your mouth, your mind goes blank and your heart starts racing? If you're tired of feeling stuck and silent, stick around because today I'm sharing the exact steps to help you stop overthinking and start speaking English with total confidence. Hello, and welcome back to the Daily Speak English channel. Today's episode is very special. I have invited a very good friend of mine to talk with us. His name is Joe Biden. Hello, David. Thank you for having me. Joe is not just a good friend. He is also an experienced English teacher. He has taught English in many different countries around the world. So today, I want to talk to Joe about something very important for all of us. Why learning a language feels so difficult sometimes, and more importantly, what really helps language learners improve. Before we start, I want to say something very clearly. Joe and I will both speak simple English today. We are doing this on purpose. We want you to understand everything. We want you to feel comfortable and enjoy our conversation. Yes, that's right. Like David said, I will speak slowly and clearly. I will do my best. I can't speak as well as David, but I will try my best for you. All right, Joe, I want to start with a big question. Many learners tell me this. They say, David, I study English every day. I learn words, I watch videos, but I feel stuck. I feel like I am not moving forward. Why do you think so many learners feel stuck? Well, David, this is a very good question. And before I explain more, I want to say something very important to everyone listening. If you feel stuck in English, you are not alone. Feeling stuck is normal. It happens to almost every learner. I have taught English for many years in different countries, and I can tell you clearly, strong students feel stuck, weak students feel stuck, beginners feel stuck, and even advanced learners feel stuck sometimes. So if you feel this way, it does not mean you are bad at languages. So Joe, why do they feel stuck? Well, one big reason is this. Language learning is not a straight line. A straight line means you go up all the time. Every day is better than yesterday. But real learning does not work like that. Real learning goes up and down. Some days you feel amazing progress. You understand a lot. You feel confident. Other days you feel nothing is changing. You listen but don't understand. You want to speak but the words don't come out. Sometimes you can even feel worse than before. Yeah, exactly. You think, why can't I speak today? Why did I forget that easy word? My English was better last week. But this feeling is part of learning. It does not mean you are going backwards or losing your English. And very importantly, it does not mean you are failing. That's right. What is really happening is your brain is working quietly. It is organizing all the new language. It is building connections. Progress is happening, but you cannot always see it or feel it immediately. So when you feel stuck, the best thing is to stay calm, keep going, and trust the process. Often, feeling stuck is a sign that real learning is happening underneath. I really like that idea. It's not a straight line. Another reason, I think, is there is too much information today. There are so many apps, videos, teachers, and methods. Yes, exactly. Learners often try everything. They jump from one method to another. They start one book, then stop, then start a different one. This creates confusion. They feel lost and don't know what to study next. And when you don't know what to study, you lose motivation very quickly. Speaking of motivation, I want to talk about something more emotional now. Not grammar, not vocabulary. I want to talk about fear. Many learners tell me, David, I understand some English, but I am afraid to speak. Why do you think fear is such a big problem? That is a crucial question, David. In my experience, fear is one of the biggest problems in language learning, sometimes bigger than grammar or vocabulary. Learners have strong thoughts in their head. If I make a mistake, people will laugh. If my English is not good, people will judge me. I will look stupid. These thoughts create fear. Fear makes your body tense, and when you are afraid, your brain doesn't work freely. This fear stops people from speaking. They know the answer, but they stay silent, and not as sad, because speaking is so important. I completely agree. I often tell my students, you cannot learn to swim if you never get in the water. You cannot learn to speak if you never speak. You can read 100 books, but if you never speak, speaking will always feel difficult. Exactly. Speaking is a skill, and skills grow with practice. And here is the key. Mistakes are not a problem. They are not something bad or something to be ashamed of. Mistakes are part of learning. Think about children. When they learn their first language, they make countless mistakes, but nobody laughs. We understand mistakes mean they are learning. Yes, we smile. We think it's cute. We think it's normal. But when adults learn, something changes. Adults are very hard on themselves. They expect too much. They want to speak perfectly with correct grammar, the right accent, and the perfect word every time. When they can't, they feel disappointed. That's so true. Adults want to be perfect. They don't want to sound like learners. But perfect English is not the goal. The real goal is communication, sharing ideas, thoughts, and feelings. If you say something and the other person understands you, you are successful, even if your grammar is simple or your accent is strong. Understanding is more important than perfection. So, my clear advice to everyone is this. Do not wait to be perfect to speak. Do not wait to know everything. Speak now. Make mistakes now. Learn now. Every mistake is a step forward. Fear tells you to stop. Learning tells you to continue. Choose learning. Thank you, Joe. Now let's talk about grammar. Many learners say, I must learn all the grammar before I can speak. What do you think? This is a common belief. Grammar is important, but it is not everything. Many people study grammar rules for years, but still cannot speak naturally. Why? Because knowing a rule is not the same as using it. Grammar should be a tool to help you, not a prison that traps you. Some learners think too much about grammar before every sentence, and it slows them down. So, what's a better approach? Learn grammar in small pieces. Learn one rule and then use it immediately in real sentences. Hear it and use it many times. Over time, it becomes natural and you don't have to think about it. Another big problem is vocabulary. Learners say, I know many words, but I forget them. Why? This happens because of how we often learn words. Many people learn words alone, like a list with translations. But words do not live alone. Words live in sentences, in situations, in stories. You need context. So, learn words in sentences, not in isolation? Exactly. Your brain remembers much better. Also, people try to learn too many words too fast, 10 or 20 words a day. That is often too much. So, slower is better? Much better. Learning 5 words well and using them many times is better than learning 50 words you will forget next week. What about listening? Many learners struggle to understand native speakers. Listening is a muscle you must train. The key is consistency. It's better to listen to 15 minutes of English every day than to listen for 2 hours once a week. Your brain needs regular exposure. And don't worry if you don't understand everything at first. Focus on catching the general idea, the key words. Understanding 60 to 70% is great progress. And just keep listening, even if it's in the background? Yes, absolutely. Let the sounds of the language become familiar to your ears and brain. Joe, thank you so much. This has been a wonderful and very helpful conversation. You shared real experience and simple truths. It was my pleasure, David. Thank you for having me on the Daily Speak English channel. And to everyone listening, I want to leave you with this. Be kind and patient with yourself. You are learning. You are growing. Trust yourself and trust the process. You are doing better than you think. Well said. Okay, my friends, thank you for listening to another episode of the Daily Speak English channel. If you enjoyed this talk with Joe Biden, please listen again, share it with a friend, and remember, slow English, simple English, real progress. Keep going. Bye for now.